favorite things to do in school, one of our favorite things to make and to play with. I'll give you a couple of ingredients and see if you can guess what it is. One of the first ingredients we're going to use is glue. You can use regular old Elmer's glue. You don't need this big school size. You can just use a little Elmer's glue from CVS. That's one ingredient. Do you know what it is? You need a couple more ingredients? Okay, the next ingredient is baking soda, which we do use in cooking a lot in baking, so I don't know if that gives it away. But this might, if you remember, it's called contact lens solution. Just for moms and dads, make sure there's an adult with you. So contact lens solution is one of the main ingredients that makes this what it is. Do you know what it is yet? Okay, I'll tell you. It's slime. And I'm so excited. We have so much fun with slime at school. It's squishy, we get to use our hands. It's just so much fun to make. And since I'm doing this during July 4th week, I'm going to use red and blue food coloring. You can also use watercolor paint, which might be a good option for you guys since it is washable and food coloring is not. That's also why I'm working on a big towel, just in case there's any messes. I don't want to ruin my dining room table. So it's always good to be prepared. All right, friends, should we get started? Let's see what our first step is. Are you ready? Come join. All right, everyone, so our first step is to add 2/3 cup of school glue into our bowl. So I'm gonna take my measuring cup and I'm gonna pour it in there. Looks really nice. And since it is glue, it might stick to your measuring cup, but that's okay. Just grab a spoon and scoop it out. All right, there we go. Looks nice and sticky. That's gonna help keep our slime together. All right, so I'm gonna scoop out the rest. And then our next step is to add some water. So we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of water. So I'm gonna grab my 1/4 cup measuring cup here. Ready? You heard that go in? All right, great. So I'm gonna take my kitchen spoon and I'm gonna mix it around a little bit. We want it to be a little bit gooey, but you might be able to see that it's also a little bit loose. So you can see that our mixture is still loose. It's not as sticky. If it was just glue, it might be a little more sticky, but since we added the water, it's a little bit loose, like a thick soup. But it's not quite slime yet. There's a couple more things we need to add. All right, friends, the next step that we're gonna do is to add our baking soda in. So we need a 1/2 teaspoon. So make sure you have a mom or a dad or an adult helping you. Make sure it's very accurate and precise. And we're gonna dump it in. Are you ready? Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. Woo, nice and fluffy. All right, so again, I'm gonna take my spoon and I'm gonna mix it all together. We have the glue, the water, and now the baking soda. Can you mix it together? Let me see those arm muscles move. Mix, mix, mix. I see a little bit of chunks in there. We wanna mix them and make them all smooth. All right, let's see what's next. So normally, if you were doing one color, then you could choose your one color and put it in now. But I think what I'm gonna do is make my slime, separate it, and then that way I have 2 different slimes, and then I'll do my colors. So I'm gonna hold off on color for right now, and I'm gonna skip ahead to my last ingredient, which is the contact lens solution, and we're gonna add in 1.5 tablespoons. But sometimes if it's a little too sticky, you need a little bit more. So I always say add in maybe a 1/2 tablespoon at a time. That way you see how much you need, because you can always add in more or less of one ingredient to make it less sticky. Because if it's too sticky, then it'll stick to your hands and you don't want that. So I'm gonna drop it in and then I'm gonna mix it around. You ready to do the same? Here we go. So that means it's not quite at my slime. I hope yours looks the same. It's really thick and really slimy. Whoa, that looks cool, doesn't it? Looks like lava. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it out of my big bowl and I'm gonna separate it in half. That means I'm gonna take one big chunk of slime and I'm gonna put it into 2 smaller chunks. All right, so you can do this if you want to make 2 bowls with 2 different colors, or if you're just doing one color, keep it in the same bowl. Oh my goodness, look at my hands. Okay friends, so now we're gonna add the color in. So I have 2 bowls, I split my slime in half. So now I'm gonna take my red food coloring and put maybe 2 drops in here. 1, 2. And I'm gonna put my blue drops in here, in this one. I think I might do 2 drops as well. 1 and 2. And we'll see what happens when we mix them together. Take your spoon and we'll mix, mix, mix. You can do this with your hands. It'll go a little bit faster if you want. So now this one is red and it has some of the white in there still that hasn't been mixed in with the coloring. And I like it like that. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. Now I'm gonna do the blue one. Let me move this one. All right. That looks cool, doesn't it, friends? I kind of like how it's a little bit white and a little bit blue. I think I might leave that there. All right, friends, so now I've added in the food coloring and I have 2 bowls of slime. So I have my red and my blue. It looks like I am ready for a 4th of July party. What do you think? Yeah, I was thinking though, I'm wondering, should I keep them separate or do you think I should mix these 2 together? Now I know what they look like by themselves. I think I might want to mix them together and see what happens. We love to explore what happens when we mix colors together, don't we? I know we do that a lot in class. I think I might want to try it. Okay friends, I have my 2 bowls of slime, my red and my blue, and I thought it would be fun if I mixed them together and see what would happen. I wonder if it'll turn into a different color. Should we try it? All right, let's see what happens. Goes the red, here comes the blue, and I think I'm gonna use my hands to mix them together. Wow, that looks really cool. You see how the red and the blue is mixing together? That looks really cool. Look like it's changing colors. What color is this turning into? It's very light, but you can see that it's not quite blue and it's not quite red anymore. This looks like a light purple. You could call it lavender. And what happens when you pull it apart and fold it and then you squish it? Listen. It makes really cool sound. Squish, squish. That feels really cool and it's lots of fun for my fingers. This reminds me of braiding challah on Shabbat. What does it remind you of? Oh, that was a big pop. Friends, this was so much fun. I hope you had a blast with me. I want to know all about your slime. What color did you use? Did you do 2 colors or 3 colors? Did you mix them together? Did you add anything? I don't know if you knew this, but you can add things. Moms and dads, cover your ears. You can add glitter. You can add sparkles or sprinkles or all kinds of things to add in some texture and make it even more fun. I hope you have a blast, friends. I'll see you next time.